If we look deeper into the Bible, especially the Old Testament, we will realize that Yahweh uses war, or Yahweh had used war in a different way, in a spectrum of ways. God has used war in the Old Testament. How has Yahweh used war? We will look at 5 examples. Example number 1, Judges 10. The Israelites disobeyed the Lord, and God was very happy. Is it like that? No lah. When we disobey God, God becomes angry. So Israel disobeyed God. And how do you think they disobey God? They disobey God by praying to idols. They disobey God similar to Adam and Eve. This one cannot do, I want to do. This one you must do, I don't want to do. When Israel disobeyed God, God became angry. And in Judges chapter 10, God let the Philistine and the Ammonite conquer them. So God uses war to punish His people when they are disobedient. We better know this and we better accept this. This is what Bible says. And if we look through Old Testament a little bit more than 15 times, more than 15 times, God used war to punish His people. And if we scan through the Old Testament, more than 10 different countries God has used. Foreign countries, Canaanites, Philistine, Ammonites, Babylonian, Egyptian, Assyrian, just to name a few. God used this foreign nation, heathen nation, to punish His people. So the first thing we need to know is that God used war to punish His people. Second one, Jeremiah 25. Now this one interesting. Once again, Israel aroused God's anger. And this time God wants to punish them. So God used, the Bible used the word, God used His servant Nebuchadnezzar against His people. Now the word servant is there. But we need to know the word servant is not the same. Not the same as Pastor Caleb is a servant of God. Not the same servant. Not the same like Pastor Shana Lisa is a servant of God. So this servant is not the same. This servant here is a different category. We all are servant of God. We serve God faithfully one in our life. But here, maybe a better word is instrument. God used Nebuchadnezzar as an instrument. Because sometimes we become very carried away. When we take note in the world today, wow, God used this person, God used that person in the political world, in the global world. But if we look into the Bible, God has used a donkey, God has used a raven, God has used a big fish. So God can use Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse. I know you're expecting me to say something. I know one. So God can use a raven, God can use a donkey, God can use a big fish, so God can use Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse. Yeah, God can use. And the next one, Jeremiah 51. Now this is very interesting. God stirred up the Medes to destroy Babylon because the Babylonian desecrated His temple. Now here in Jeremiah 51, it does not involve the children of God. What we have read, the first 2 examples, involve the people of God, the nation of God. But this example, it doesn't involve Israel. It's among heathen nations. So God used 2 nations against one other nation, all heathens, and this other nation is Babylon. And just in case you don't know, King Nebuchadnezzar is a Babylonian. You understand what I'm trying to say? So while previously we read in the example just now, God used Nebuchadnezzar, and in Bible language, he called Nebuchadnezzar his servant. Here, just a few chapters later, now God punished Babylon. So we better understand. Yeah. Because when God used King Nebuchadnezzar, it doesn't mean he accepted him, he endorsed him, he is that kind of servant like pastor here in this hall. It's not like that. He was an instrument that God used. Yeah. Maybe one day God will use the daddy Tola and the mommy Tola. You don't know what I'm talking about. You change the word daddy into Malay, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we won't know. God can use the daddy Tola to do something, we won't know, right? But doesn't mean that God endorses that person's life or character or what. It doesn't. The scripture gives us the example very, very clear. So God can use a pudding or a Putin. God can use a she or a she. Yeah, I'm speaking in parables. Let those who have ears hear what I'm trying to say.